boys and girls. It's Miss Kelly, and we have been seeing a lot of books and reading to you a lot of books about the forest. And what is the forest? It's trees. It's full of trees and all the animals that need those trees. So the book that I want to read is Who Will Plant a Tree? See the question mark? Who will plant a tree? Do you think people go out and plant all the trees that are in the forest? We're gonna see. This book was written by Jerry Pallotta and it was illustrated by Tom Leonard. Who will plant a tree? Let's see, who will plant a tree? There's the title page. Now what's this? That's the title. This is the front of the book. Where's the back? There's the back. And this is the title page. The title page is just the name of the book. I wonder who will plant a tree? I see a lot of water, and I see one tree by itself, and there are more trees around. It's not a forest yet. Ooh. Last fall, a squirrel buried an acorn. He didn't know it, but he planted an oak tree. He buried it to save it for later, but then he forgot where it was. So, what did it do? It sprouted. Then it had roots, and it got bigger and bigger. And now, what do we have here? Is that a forest? It is. What animals are in this forest? Do you know what those are? Looks like a bear mom with her cubs. Seeds stuck to this messy fur of an apple-eating black bear. Look at him, he's eating apples. You know how there are seeds in an apple? Well, the bear tripped and a seed fell off and he planted an apple tree. So the bear planted a tree, and who else? The squirrel planted a seed. And they didn't even know that they were doing it. A goose was migrating with a chestnut burr stuck to her feathers. She didn't even know it was there. See it? She's flying, and what happens? Miles and miles away, the burr came off. She planted a chestnut tree. A dolphin pushed a coconut into ocean currents. The coconut floated to an island and a palm tree grew. Now this isn't a forest because it's just an island and it has just one palm tree. But can you believe that coconut made a palm tree? That's how palm trees are born. Just because a dolphin was playing. Ants marched a pine nut down their tunnel. They didn't know it. They planted a pine tree. Because if they don't hurry up and eat it, it'll start to sprout. Cherry seeds got caught on the tail of a wild horse. She swished her tail and a seed fell and grew into a cherry tree. Can you see the horse? A beaver used his sharp teeth to chop down a maple tree. Crash! Maple trees were planted along the riverbank. Look at all the seeds. that came off of that tree trunk and the branches actually. And now there will, what do you think they'll do? Some of them will land on the soil. Some of them will go down the river a little bit and land. So he scattered a bunch of maple trees. Playful monkeys threw figs at each other. Oh my goodness, they were throwing food at each other. Look what happened. They grew a fig tree, or probably a lot of fig tree, because look at all the seeds that came from that one fig. A moose got a pear tree branch stuck in its antlers. It walked and walked. As pears fell off, trees were planted. Because there are seeds inside of the pears. So the pears will fall to the ground. Some of them will get eaten, but the seeds won't be getting eaten. And some of them will rot, and it'll rot into the ground, and it'll grow a pear tree. An owl swallowed a mouse that had been eating elm tree seeds. Later, the owl coughed up an owl pellet, and an elm tree grew. Does that seem a little gross? Well, that's what they have to do in order to digest their food. They can't keep some of the bones, because mice have bones. In the Amazon River, a fish ate floating fruit. It pooped seeds. Trees were planted all over the rainforest. Oh my goodness. Is that funny? Everything that eats has to poop. And look how that fish is pooping seeds. A camel chewed some dates and then he spit the seeds out. It wasn't long before a seed grew into a date palm tree. Do you think that if you were eating watermelon and you spit the watermelon seed, it would grow into a watermelon? It wouldn't grow into a tree because watermelons don't grow on trees, but it might turn into a watermelon. A wren, which is a type of bird, flies to her nest with a juniper berry in her beak. See it? Oops! The tasty berry fell. The wren planted a juniper tree. A teacher taught her students all about trees. And then they went on a field trip and they planted trees. What fun. Trees are very important. They help clean the air. Wait a second. Did an elephant plant a tree? What do you think that is? I think the elephant pooped. And look what's coming out of the poop. Can you see the little sprout? I don't know what kind of tree. I don't know what that elephant ate. But that's going to become a tree. That's the end. I hope you enjoyed the book. And I will be back soon with more. Bye-bye.